Okay, we're back with another segment of Sonic Pit with Manny Thiner, Mike Shanley, Scott Mervis. We all came from sort of like the indie rock, punk, noise kind of scene. So we're going to talk about Christopher Cross.
Yes. Yeah, I brought it up, which, I've listened to a lot of free jazz and indie rock, but I find him fascinating in
He's
a couple
coming.
of different ways. Yes.
This is our
That's
concert
why,
segment.
Right,
Yeah.
that's why we're talking
Yeah,
about him.
right.
He's coming this Saturday, June 27, to the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall.
And he is, of course, the captain of the yacht.
Yes.
Rock.
And
And
he
Michael
does run-
McDonald's, or they're co-captains.
Or is Michael McDonald the skipper? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I
Right.
don't know. We'll let others.
Who's Gilligan? We'll figure that out. We need a Gilligan. Okay.
Pablo Cruz.
Pablo Cruz
Oh,
is Gilligan. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
How many names can we drop here?
Yeah.
Oh, but,
Rupert Holmes. He's Thurston Howell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's
The
go back
third.
to Christopher Cross.
All right, yeah, Christopher Cross. There's an interesting story I heard about him online. That back in the late 60s, when Deep Purple Mach 1 was coming to the U.S., this was the original band that did Hush and Kentucky Woman. They all came into the U.S. and they had to get vaccinations. And Ritchie Blackmore got really sick and couldn't make a show. I think it was in Florida. And they were looking around, scrambling. What are we going to do? And somebody said, well, there's this really good guitar player named Christopher Cross. And he played a show with them. With Deep
Oh my
Purple.
God. I had never heard that story.
Yeah, I heard it online somewhere. Apparently, Ritchie Blackmore denies that this ever happened.
Oh.
Christopher Cross said. So, who are you going to believe?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just.
Well,
gonna
you
leave
know,
that out there.
I mentioned before that there's a Rick Beato episode. You know, the YouTuber. He's
Yes.
probably the best music YouTuber there is, and he did a segment about one of the greatest solos that we've never heard, and it's basically at the end of Ride Like the Wind. There's this. He goes into this shredding solo, but they just basically fade the song out.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really hear the solo, but he played the whole thing.
Yeah. So he can shred.
Yeah.
He can do Beatles stuff because weren't we talking earlier about him doing a Beatles thing with Todd
Right,
Rundgren
right.
a few years ago?
Right. But sitting in with Deep Purple, that wouldn't be an easy thing to do.
No.
At all. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not like simple music to go out there and play
No.
at all.
But maybe a little easier back then when Deep Purple was in their early version when they were trying to be Vanilla Fudge.
Yeah. So he's coming. He's going to be at the Inman Hall.
Yeah.
On the 27th. We have this big weekend downtown at the Point with Nelly, who was just here for the NFL draft.
Yep.
And Third Eye Blind, which is the weirdest combination, but I guess they're trying to hit like two different demographics, sort of. Although they were both kind of hit makers in the
Same
early
time
2000s,
period, maybe
yeah.
different audiences, but still, there'll be an interesting blend mix of people, both old and young, I would imagine.
Right. So in terms of interesting trivia, we have some trivia about Third Eye Blind.
Well, a certain publication did an article about Third Eye Blind mentioning that their one Pittsburgh connection was that they took a painting from, they took an image from a painting from the Warhol when they visited it in the 90s. And I thought, okay, well, that sauce is slightly weak. The more tangible connection is that in 2009, Third Eye Blind did a whole tour with Pittsburgh's rap duo Grand Buffet. And I don't even know if Third Eye Blind realized they were from Pittsburgh, but you figure that would be a more tangible connection to Pittsburgh.
I wonder how Third Eye Blind went over with them, because there were so many bands in that genre with Third Eye Blind, and Grand Buffet was definitely not one of them.
They were not, no.
No.
But it was the mid 2000s, so I think there was some possible good reception to Grand Buffet on that tour. I don't really know though. We'd have to ask them.
So what did they do with the Warhol image? As a cover, you mean? Like as cover art, or like
As a
some type
cover
of
art, yeah, they used it as a piece of cover art for one of their records after
Yeah.
visiting the museum and being impressed by that particular image, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how many songs most people can name from Third Eye Blind.
I can't name any.
You're
Semi
asking the
Charmed
wrong
Kind of
guy.
Life is like the song, and then beyond that, which brings us to another band, which is The Church, who were just featured on Sonic Pit.
Yep.
And The Church is coming, and they're coming on their singles tour. They put out 2 concept albums.
They put out 27 albums total.
They've put out 27 albums starting in the late 80s, mid to late 80s.
Mid 80s, yeah.
And they've, as he told me in the interview, they had a patron who's basically paying for their albums. And if they hadn't found this guy, a couple of them, they would not have put out 27 albums.
They said it was an economics professor in the U.S. who had good luck in the stock market, and
Right.
he said rather than paying taxes, he would just fund their records.
I wonder how
That's
often
beautiful.
I wonder how often that happens. You just you're
Not
really
too
rich,
often.
you become a
Not
fan
often
of a
enough.
band. Probably doesn't happen much because not many bands have 27 albums. But so the last 2 albums they made were these sort of concept albums, like this kind of rock opera type thing, like this futuristic sort of thing, which was stepping out of their zone a little bit. And now they're doing a singles tour, which is playing like the greatest hits of the church, of which he admitted Americans know like maybe 1 or 2.
2, I would think. Yeah.
Under the Milky Way and Reptile.
Reptile,
Yeah.
Reptile, yeah.
So one thing that I
Right.
guess the only thing you didn't mention, I guess, in that whole article, or Steve Kilbey didn't mention either, is that they're currently signed now to a label in the UK, which is doing a reissue program.
Right.
Easy Action Records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he actually did mention that.
Oh, did
because
he?
he
Okay.
said that they have another album finished, which will
Right.
be album number 28.
Yeah.
But there's a holdup with putting it out because they're reissuing their past catalog.
And the older
And
guys.
they're
in the band.
negotiating with the other
Yeah.
members of the band
Right.
on that. And it's like the new label wants to put out this new one
Right.
and then reissue some other ones.
But that label is Easy Action from
Yeah.
from England. Yeah.
Yeah. So even though Americans know like one song, Under the Milky Way, it's a damn good song.
It is, yeah.
It's such
You
a good
put on
song.
a good show.
They could just play it a couple times probably. People would probably be happy. But also, as he even said in the interview, like there's not like that song is kind of a model for what they sound like, and a lot of their music sounds like that. Like they didn't go on various like departures off of that sound all that much.
Yeah. It's not like they did a soft rock song and got a hit from that and
Right.
turned the corner.
So if you
Right.
like that song, you'll like most of their set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else to talk about? That's coming up July 6th.
Yep.
One of the things that's going to be in next week's Sonic Pit Weekly is that Lionel Ritchie is kicking off his tour with Earth, Wind and Fire. Although he did I believe it was last night, and he had to leave the stage after just a few songs because he was sitting at the keyboard, got dizzy, and they basically called an intermission and then came out and said, "That's it, show's over. He's not feeling well." So
Man.
we don't know what's going on with Lionel Ritchie, but
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hopefully he'll get it together for Pittsburgh.
right. Yeah, we'll see. It's kind of unlikely to me. I think this show is June 30th, which is like just in a couple of days. So if you have a dizzy spell, unless it was just something he ate that night.
Tuesday,
But,
yeah.
I saw the last tour, and man, Earth, Wind, and Fire is still like totally kick-ass. Their catalog is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And there's a new documentary about them that just came out that I keep hearing really good things about. And I kind of feel like it's time for me to catch up with them.
I'm a little older than you guys. I can't tell you what a staple they were in the late 70s at our like high school dances and stuff, man.
Sure.
Without Earth, Wind, and Fire, there was like a lot less going on. They just made things happen.
I remember Let's Groove. That was, the song that I remember the best.
Yeah.
We sang September in my 7th grade music class at Greenfield Elementary.
Oh, man.
We had a really cool piano.
I mean,
music
everybody
teacher.
loves that song.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the song. So watch out for more concert. Every Monday I do like the concert listings, like what's coming out concert-wise, what's coming out record-wise, and just keep an eye out for that, and we'll have updates on all this stuff. So, all right, thanks.
Cool.